So Steve and I do a lot of brake jobs here on the channel, and they get a lot of brake related questions on the channel about stuff that we do. So a couple of the questions that I get, well, most important things to do when you're doing a brake job is obviously make sure you know the brakes are installed correctly and all that stuff. And but when you've done any brake job, the two most important things you can do are all go in and pop the hood, check the brake fluid reservoir. You want to go in there and check the brake fluid level to make sure that the brake fluid's up to the proper level. And then also, before you start the car or the vehicle, get in your car or your truck, and before you start it, pump the brake pedal up a bunch of times so you have a nice firm brake pedal. Because if you start the vehicle and then you go to put the vehicle in drive or reverse, chances are you're not going to have any brakes because the pedal has to build up the fluid back into the calipers that you just retracted in to put the new pads on there. So what happens is when you push on the brake pedal, the brake fluid goes through the lines and it goes back into the calipers, it pushes those pistons out, the brake pistons out against the brake pads onto the brake rotors, and that way there everything is back where it's supposed to be. So don't go driving down the road unless you do that first. That's very important to do, and I always want to make sure you do that. But actually, after you pump up the brakes, then check your brake fluid level to make sure it's at the correct level and it's not either overflowing or below the minimum line. So other things to be mindful of. If you did a brake job and you have a spongy brake pedal and you can't get that pressure built back up into the brake pedal, if it's spongy, you might have to bleed the brakes that you just worked on, and to get the air out of the system if some may have gotten in there. Just a couple quick things to go through, common questions that I get. Wanted to shed some light on that for you guys. Hope you're enjoying the channel. Hope you're learning a lot, and having a couple good laughs. I like to kind of kid around over here and keep things fun. If you have any questions, leave a comment on this video. I will reply back to you. Like it if you liked it, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel because you get a lot of great content coming out, and it doesn't cost anything to subscribe, and you're gonna save a lot of money, more likely. Take it easy, guys.